good evening. For some of you, this might be good evening again. We already read one story tonight from Old Mother Westwind, the first story in that book called The Redwing's Speckled Egg. After finishing reading you that story, I wondered if some of you would like more stories. So I thought of reading a second one from a different book. This story will be from Uncle Arthur's Bedtime Stories. This is written by Arthur Maxwell, also known as Uncle Arthur. The first story is going to be The Shipwreck, a true story. Help! We are sinking! Far out in the great Pacific Ocean, a little ship by name the Helen B. Sterling was fighting for life amid a terrible storm. Waves mountain high were sweeping over her. Water was pouring into her hold, and it seemed impossible to keep the vessel afloat much longer. Going to his wireless cabin, the captain sent out his call for help. Perhaps it would be heard by someone. There was but little hope, for the ship was hundreds of miles away from land. And for aught the captain knew, there might be no other ship near enough to hear the call. The storm grew worse, and the brave sailors realized that the end was near. Again the cry was sent forth, "Help!" Hundreds of miles away, the Australian battleship Melbourne was steaming toward home. Suddenly through the air came the despairing cry of the Helen B. Sterling. Immediately, the great battleship changed her course, and at full speed steamed toward the sinking vessel. Hours passed. Meanwhile, the Sterling, battered by the mighty waves, was rapidly settling down. Would the Melbourne reach her in time? It seemed impossible. Going to the wireless cabin again, the captain sent out his message. "Can't last another hour. Waterlogged. Sea sweeping right over us. Clearing boats, but impossible to live in the sea. Farewell." Then, back from the captain of the Melbourne came this stirring and beautiful message. "We are certain to reach you. Keep good heart." The captain of the Melbourne kept his word. Just before the Sterling sank, the great battleship drew alongside, and by gallant efforts transferred the crew of the wrecked vessel across the boiling sea to safety. Sometimes boys and girls are just like the good ship Sterling. Maybe you know some of them. They want to be good, and they struggle with what they know to be wrong. But storms of temptation come, and it seems impossible to resist them. At such times as these, there is but one thing to do. That is to send out the wireless call for help. Sinking can't last another hour. Jesus will hear. He understands our thoughts afar off. Psalm 139:2. Instantly he will reply, "I am certain to reach you. Keep good heart." There is no need to go under, no need to give way to wrong. Jesus will save. But be sure to avoid shipwreck by calling him in time. And that is this evening's message to you. Our Lord Jesus saves, I hope you have enjoyed this story. I think it is very beautiful, and I hope you will join us again. If you're listening to this at bedtime, good night, and may God love you.